If you'd like to sponsor Still Got Game, give us a call at 773-527-2961 or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. Hey now, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Still Got Game, episode 441. Still Got Game is the official podcast of tooltoplay.com. I am, as always, Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
I'm Roger Rilkin, Hitman. Yeah, that's me.
I'm Chris Selden, 007 Selden.
And I'm James Yont Dog Yont.
We took a couple weeks off and all hell broke loose.
It wasn't me this time.
And it wasn't me. I've been off for a while.
Wow, that was a rare occurrence.
It was.
Yep, that's like spotting a unicorn in the wild. His game is pro. So,
Midway through that, I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna change it up. What should I do?" And then when it came time to, I was like, "I don't know." And then that's what came out. I don't know. Yeah.
It worked. It flowed like rubble.
I was thinking like that Hitman guy, but Hitman, yeah, that's me.
Yep. Well, we're back. We took a few weeks off for holidays and other stuff and vacations, but we are back. And yeah, I didn't know if you want to talk about that, Jan.
That's all right. It's cool.
All right.
I survived. It's fine.
Yes, Jan did survive, and we're glad he's here and healthy and safe again now. So I guess we might as well just jump right in the show proper and start it up. We'll jump into the mailbag for feedback and questions from like a million years ago. I do cycle these out when we skip shows so that they're not completely out of date. So some people, your comments just get completely lost forever and we never talk to them, and I apologize, but that's what happens when we don't do shows.
A bit. He apologized.
Yeah, I did. All right. Dread Pirate Jimmy comments. Thanks for using my Selden 007 comment on the last episode. There's something surreal when you hear D Smooth say your name during the comments section. It was also extra nice since he wasn't a complete dick to me also.
I was about to say I love your name, by the way, but I definitely love your comment.
If you did not see the last episode, Dread Pirate Jimmy is the one that basically said that Selden grew on him. And he used to not like Selden being on the show, and he didn't understand.
No. You didn't say he didn't like me on the show.
He didn't understand why just a fan could end up becoming on the show and then be elevated, and why not him or something to that effect. So yeah, we all read it differently. Selden was like, "Oh, I thought I was awesome, yeah." But, yes.
He loved me, but then he loved me more.
Yes, yeah. I don't know if that's why I took it, but
I didn't take it that way either.
No.
Come on, let me have a little.
Yeah, it was good to use your comment and use it again today, Dread Pirate Jimmy. All right, Rawls 17 comments. I know you discussed your disappointment with the Halo delay last episode, but there was no Halo released with either the Xbox 360 or the Xbox One, and they both did really well. I think people are blowing the delay out of proportion.
It's not a Halo. It's not a Halo thing at launch. We know that the original Xbox is the only Halo that's launched with the console.
Mm-hmm.
But both the Xbox 360 and Xbox One had viable launch titles.
You don't think Dirt's a viable launch title?
What's that?
Dirt?
Not as much as what
Dirt?
the 360 or Xbox One had.
Well, let's look at what we launched. The 360 launched with Hexic HD. It launched with Call of Duty. It launched, which was also multi-platform. It launched with Cameo. Cameo was a great.
You could end the list right there after Call of Duty, right?
Well, but this console is also launching with a Call of Duty.
I mean, it's not really. No, it's not. Call of Duty is like a week later. It's not even at launch.
No. Well, maybe they'll.
I'm talking launch lineup. Like
maybe they'll push it up. Like, well, we won't. Spoil
360 had Perfect Dark. Like they had first party titles. Like this version of the Xbox doesn't even have a first party launch title.
I just want to point out that I don't think it's really about not launching a Halo game with the consoles, the release of the new consoles. It's more the fact that they teased us and then they're like, "Oh, we're delaying it." Like
they put all their eggs in one basket, and then they
they
delayed it.
Well, they took so much shit from people that didn't like what they saw during the demo. If people just shut the fuck up, we'd be playing Halo in 2 months.
Yeah, but then maybe we would have got a shit Halo, and then that would have been the end of Halo. Like
That's
Halo
what they
can't
said about
afford to
MCC.
screw this up.
Yeah,
Halo can't afford to screw this up. Like,
yeah, true. I agree with that. They can't afford to screw it up.
All right, fair enough.
But
I'm just mad from the aspect of like there's no games to play at launch.
I don't know. I saw a news story that didn't fit to go in our news because it's not that kind of story, but it's like the Xbox launch lineup is looking pretty fucking awesome or whatever. And here's 20 titles you'll be able to play on day one, and it looked pretty fucking good to me. So, still buying 2 day one. Sorry.
I mean, it's so what's that word? It's so misleading. Like you can actually say there's 150 games that you can play at launch. Like,
well, what game is launching with the new?
I'm just saying 150
is
the minimum with Game Pass. Like they just announced they have 150 now, right? So
that doesn't count. That's a component.
But like you can
it's a component that costs more than the Xbox.
PC brand new. So
I know.
You can say that that's a misleading like number because Game Pass comes with 150 games.
Yeah, so
like it's misleading. Like you can say there's 200 games at launch, but they're not really launch titles.
No, they were saying games that take advantage of the Series X. So
I mean,
maybe we'll talk about that during the after show because then we can pull up the list and actually go through it. But yeah, I know what you're saying. That there's no gotta have game, but there's a lot of gotta have games.
There's not even a first party title.
No, there is. There's Dirt.
Gears Tactics.
And Gears Tactics.
Gears Tactics doesn't. It's already out.
On the PC only. It's not on the console yet.
Yeah.
It's out.
So there's
people can
plenty.
play
It's
that
out,
game
and
right
I
now.
love playing it. It was fun playing on the PC when I was playing it.
So we'll double back on this in the after show and go through that quick list, and then Hit can be like, oh, I guess I was wrong. So.
I doubt that's where it's going, but
no, well, we'll see.
I highly doubt
Hit
that's
doesn't often say that. So,
yeah.
Numbers don't lie, man.
Nah. Moving along. Protruder comments. I second the commenter from your last episode. You really need to have an episode with all 5 of you. I missed the rapport.
Well, you have 4.
So close today. So close.
4 out of 5 ain't bad. Like
I know.
Maybe we'll work on Tiff at the beginning of October. She's really lucked out with the show dates.
I mean, well, life's been happening. That's all I have to say. Life has been happening.
Yeah.
Like it's
tough to do shows. Like we like to do them. We like to interact with the audience, but yeah, sometimes life gets in the way, and we do our best to make sure we get you entertainment as often as we can. All right. And last but certainly not least, Altius asks, with Microsoft's pricing now out in the wild and Sony having their reveal this week, where do you realistically predict Sony will price the PS5? They don't have the same luxury that Microsoft does in alternate revenue streams from Live and Game Pass, so can they really undercut Microsoft?
Yeah, they will.
I don't think so.
I think they are going to match Microsoft.
They're going to match. I don't think they're going to.
I don't think they can go under.
Especially from all the rumors that we've been hearing for like last year that machine is more expensive than the Xbox, like to make and build. And
so I think they're going to match the $499 pricing,
margin.
And then they're not going to match the S pricing. They're going to do $399.
Oh, nobody can match the S pricing by taking out the Blu-ray drive. No, theirs is literally the same console. So they're either going to be, I'm guessing $499 and $549.
But both digital versions don't match eye to eye though either.
Yeah,
so
one's 1440p and one's 4K. Yeah, you can't match. That's why. I figure you take out a disc drive, it saves you $50. So
I was gonna say 100. I was gonna go with $399, $499, only because.
But it's
because of the S.
Own hardware.
Yeah, because of the S, Sony... they can't distance themselves from the S that much. So that's why I think they'll bite the bullet more on the on the digital version than the physical version.
Then you're better off buying the digital version because it's the same fucking console and you'll never need a disc anyway.
It doesn't matter. The media already thinks PlayStation 1, so let's move on.
No, I'm going $449 for the digital and $499 for the drive one.
I'm going $499 and $549. I just don't think they can cross that $500 threshold. I
think they will, just because they're. But the weird part is, like, they might do they might, I don't know, they might back off on the pricing like right away, but the fact that they've still said that there's limited demand on pre-orders for this, so
No, well, the way they're selling this thing is also weird. Like you have to sign up. Like what?
Well, yeah, because you have to sign up because
like, what do you mean?
It's a pre-order limit.
Oh, I know, but like
pre-order.
No one's ever done this before, right? Like,
yeah.
No,
that's where
to fight tooth and nail on pre-order day. Yeah.
The thing is, like, that's how they're going to screw themselves. It's not going to be the fact that their console isn't great and they have great pricing that they match with Microsoft. They're going to screw themselves, and they don't have enough production, and they're not going to have enough. People are going to be irritated because they won't be able to get it. So they're going to. A lot more people might flip over to Microsoft or go to PC. You know, whichever.
I don't think. I know you keep pitching this viable option. I also have a gaming PC, as everyone else does here, but it's not a substitute for a console. Nobody wants to substitute a $2,500, $3,000 item for a $500 item.
Yeah, but you don't have to go that expensive.
It's apples to fucking oranges, and
you don't even have to go that expensive.
You don't have to go that
stop
expensive.
making this comparison. Like, you can't compare the two; they're just different.
You could buy.
You can build a more powerful. Yeah, I was gonna say I saw it online that somebody made one for like $700 that just blows that thing out of the water. Like just blows it out of the water.
It's where you get crazy. Like you got people like us that go, okay, I gotta have the 2080
because
Ti. I gotta have the 3090 series. You know, that's where it kind of gets crazy. Like, but you don't have to do that to play games in an optimal setting because we're not streaming. We're not. People aren't doing these crazy stuff.
And I'll still play devil's advocate if you can argue against this. You know what the easy setting is, like in an easy going? It's fucking starting a game and making sure it always works, and you never have to update your fucking drivers, and you never have to do this and that. Like, there's most of the population, that's what they're looking for. They're not looking for the pain in the ass that's our PC gaming. I'm sorry. It's just
welcome to the digital world, Derek.
I play games on this PC.
I know. I'm well aware what you don't do.
I understand where you're coming from, Derek, but like the proof is in the pudding with this new generation, because people are now care more about that stuff now than they ever did before, and the proof is in these new consoles with all these new pieces of hardware. Like, these are all the things that like PC gamers have been saying for years. SSDs, the cooling, like all these, the expandable storage on the back, like all these things are like coming from the PC, and like higher frame rates. Like, no one ever talked about frame rates in the last generations. Only PC gamers did.
Oh, I understand.
But it's people are caring more about that stuff now.
Yeah, but I also have kids, and I know which percentage of my kids and their friends, like, both of the boys got gaming PCs a few years ago. Only one of them uses it because one of them, all their friends are all console gamers.
Yeah, and that was the other thing that I was saying to you in Discord like a couple weeks ago. That line between console and PC is blurred now. What game comes out now that's not fully crossplay? What old game is not being updated now to be completely crossplay? Like Halo, like all Call of Duty's already fully crossplay. Like Destiny's going there. Like all these main games that we're all playing are like, that line's gone now.
And Derek,
you can't use that excuse anymore.
I hear more and more people have PCs and they're using, because of the crossplay and all that stuff, they're using a controller because they're not used to mouse and keyboard, so they can still have the high-end graphics, because people care about the high-end graphics. It's becoming a bigger shift. People care more about the high-end graphics than they do.
Oh, I don't doubt it. I just think,
and so they're going to use a controller and play on a PC. So I think, it's still not, I agree with you, it's still not a huge shift for most people, but I guarantee that a lot more people are going to shift that way. And it's still a viable solution for at least a part of the population if there's not enough stuff there.
Expendable income portion of the population. If I want to spend money on something, I do it without thinking. Absolutely. You don't even know the shit that I fucking buy. So
I don't even want to know.
I'm in that demographic that doesn't give a fuck.
Our chat doesn't even want to. Nobody wants to know what you buy. So your expendable money.
Yeah. So
let's keep that off the table. Okay, come on.
I don't think the consoles are going to lose that many people to PCs. Yeah, we're a different breed of gamer. We're gamers that will have the PC. There's a lot of moms, pops, and grandmas and grandpas. They're not going to buy their kid mediocre gaming PC when they can look and say an Xbox is easy to hook up. They'll hook it up and they'll be done. I still see.
You don't need to buy displays. You hook it up to a fucking TV. You already got the screen. Like, this is a hard sell. Oh, I want to get this PC at $700. Oh, by the fucking way, I also need two 1440 fucking P monitors to go with it for fucking another 2 Gs. Fuck the fuck off. This is so dumb.
Dude, there's so many examples. Like I have an example of one of my console buddies is now switched over to PC. He plays with a controller. He has his super old computer that he's playing on. It's way more powerful than what he currently has as an Xbox or PlayStation or whatever. And it actually if all he has to do is buy one of those new RTX cards. That is less money than a new console, and now his computer is more powerful than that fucking Xbox is in general. And like going back to that whole thing about all his friends are on console. Like my group of friends, we're on everything. I got one on PlayStation. I got one on Xbox. We got a few on PC. Some mouse and keyboard. Some are controller. You do all your voice chat on
Discord instead of
everything. Everyone does it on Discord too. They're on
PlayStation.
Discord.
Xbox they're on PlayStation. Party chat sucks.
Yeah, the Xbox Party sucks. It's awful.
Are you in the
Discord is way more superior. Way more superior.
Whatever.
You can even invite people from Discord. It's way more superior.
They need to integrate Discord into Microsoft's dashboard. It's like I'm telling you, it's not something they should handle themselves. They should do a third. Yes, they should do a third party like Discord.
Microsoft's dumping a lot of cash somewhere, and nobody can identify where it's going. So maybe it is Discord.
So, anyways, let's table that portion of the comment. Let's go to the next portion of it where it talks about the alternate revenue of Live and Game Pass.
That's where Microsoft's making all their money. They could sell this console. They could have sold them for $200.
I wish they would have. I really wish they would have. I really wish they would have dropped their price by. They could have kept it. It could have been $399 and $299 for both consoles, and just been like, eat it, PlayStation. Like, and then I think the solution that I say viable for a PC, it's not viable at that point. I mean, it's not even touchable at that point. Like $500, I can see maybe a little more touchable, but but I agree with that. But the portion of that is the fact that the Game Pass, especially they're adding, I don't want to read the news story later, but they're adding something to the Game Pass that is definitely making Game Pass like the thing. I mean, the Ultimate Game Pass is phenomenal, and they keep adding stuff to it, making it even better. So,
anyone
as
with
a gamer,
Xbox or a PC should have it.
Yeah,
guaranteed.
And I hear what you're saying, but there's also rumors that are picking up about the Series V, which could fit that mid price point if they release it, which is the Series X minus the hard drive.
Yeah. No, not my.
If they do, that would be phenomenal. If they do a $399 one as well, Selden, like, I think that's the slam dunk.
That could be. That could be that card they're playing on Sony. They're waiting for Sony. The original leak was a trap, and then they're like, Sony's like, hey, haha, here's our shit. We matched you, and then Microsoft's like,
I mean, if they did that would be baller. Okay, I hate the media, not just because the general how they act when they as Derek would say, they suck on the teat of somebody else. That's not exactly how he'd say it, but I'm saying it in my own words.
Good job, you fixed that.
But it would be phenomenal just to see a good race war this time, because I felt like last time it was just PlayStation just took all with it. Did Yacht
Dog just call for a race war? What the fuck?
Yeah, I would like to see a console race war here. I would like to.
Right.
Console race war. Yeah, no, that's what I said.
Oh, you just said race war.
No, I said a console race war where they're actually racing to see who can, actually pull people in. But
yeah. I mean, right now with Live and Game Pass, Xbox has got a really quality service, especially with what's coming up with the announcements that they've been making. And I mean, Sony can step up to the plate. They can change their PlayStation Network Plus program, and they can start putting their first-party titles in there and stuff like that. But as of right now, I think Xbox has got a better revenue stream from the Live and Game Pass right now.
I mean, think about it. They stole. I know that Derek's going to kill me for this, but they stole technically Destiny back.
No,
because Destiny's becoming.
Gives a shit about Destiny.
People do. I'm sorry. Again,
people do, and people will.
Again, people are loving it. They're still loving it. There's still people that hardcore playing it, and they're waiting for the new content. The fact of bringing it over to the Game Pass, it's just thinking of it as a win, Derek, and then just leave it at that, okay, buddy? Okay, just leave it at that. Leave it at that, okay? Right. It's just a win for Game Pass. I mean, to be able to pull over a game like that, think if they got a Call of Duty or let's think of some other titles where they pull over some of that stuff into the Game Pass. Like that would be phenomenal.
That's just never going to happen.
I know, but I'm just
game. You can't, especially on a multi-platform game. You can't just.
No, I know.
Buy that.
Well, I mean, Destiny's on multi-platform.
Yeah, it is. It's on PlayStation and Xbox.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why wouldn't Call of Duty be a thing? I know
because Destiny's also fucking 25 years old. Like, it's ancient.
Call of Duty's older than that.
One of the top tier.
Each Call of Duty is new. One new one comes out every year.
It's still the same old stuff.
Well, Destiny isn't. Remember that time that Destiny 2 came out and they threw away everything good?
Yeah, well.
Fuck those assholes. All right, we're 25 minutes in, 27, and we only got through the mailbag. So.
That's what happens when we only have one show every 3 weeks.
I'm going to move us along. If you have any... Yeah. If you have any questions or comments, give us a call at 773-527-2961 or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. And on that, why don't we hop on over and what we're playing? Hey, what have you been playing this week, buddy?
I was away for a bit, so I didn't get to play much, but I did get to play, my usual little bit of Sea of Thieves with their new update. Call of Duty, of course, working on my Battle Pass. A lot of Among Us when I was away.
Dude, you gotta hit me up. I would love to play some Among Us with you.
It was all local stuff. I went away with a bunch of my friends.
Okay.
But yeah, I haven't actually. I have it on my PC. Yeah. I got it on Steam for like $2. It was on sale, I think, a while ago. And
so you overpaid for it?
I don't know. This was like months ago. Like this is when it first came out.
I'm so frozen.
Who's frozen?
You're frozen. Okay. Frozen in Zoom. Move on.
You can keep going. Yep.
What else you been playing?
And what else have we been playing?
You said Jackbox Games, I think.
Yeah, and Jackbox. Yeah, and Jackbox.
How's the Sea of Thieves stuff? Like, are you still really enjoying? I know you're playing. Yeah, are you still really enjoying all the stuff?
They keep adding stuff. They added these vaults. So you have to go on a voyage using one of like Jack Sparrow's wayfinders. It gives you a key to a vault that they've added. They've added vaults all over the world.
Wow!
And there's puzzles inside them. It's like a cipher. You have to cipher, and then it gives you something. Cash that in. I log in and play for like an hour and then log out. So it's good. I like the shit that they always keep adding.
Nice.
Yeah, Microsoft in their for the games with gold or gold pass or whatever it is, one of the bonus things that they gave you was a parrot bundle or something. So
and they just added dogs. Yes.
Oh, they got dogs.
Nice. Yeah. So I got my dog Cash in there now.
Nice.
It's kind of cool.
Like different kinds of dogs.
There's three. There's like a husky, a German Shepherdish, and like a pincher type of thin, a greyhound kind of dog. Anyway,
cool.
Yeah. Anyway,
can you dress them up?
Yeah. You put calls on them. Yeah.
Nice.
Ridiculous.
Silly and absurd, just like always.
Yeah.
Nice.
What were you guys? What have you been playing?
Oh man, I've been playing so many different games. It seems like the top ones that I've been playing: Flight Sim 2020. Been running the bush flight missions. Which
I haven't done those. I've done everything in that game except for that.
Dude, they're
long, right?
Yeah,
that's why I don't want to do them. I don't like how long? Like hours?
Oh, hours and hours. I've been doing the Grand Canyon Yosemite one, and it's been like a week and a half. I've been doing them. So
are you using your actual like mouse and keyboard for this?
No, I'm throwing the controller in for the flight part.
I wasn't sure, or if you actually bought you were going all in.
Are you
like joystick?
Really, are you just third person, or are you in the cockpit kind of guy?
I switch it up. Some of the shorter legs I do in the cockpit the whole time, but when it's the longer ones,
driving that thing in the cockpit only.
Oh, that would be freaking annoying.
Oh my god, there's so many buttons, man.
The only thing that I found is the flight sim. Like, if you want to refuel, you have to maneuver because you'll run out of fuel if you don't refuel at some of the airports along the way. But they have the refueling options disabled when you start it, so you have to do a little tweak. So if you're doing the bush thing, just research that up on Reddit or something.
You know what's you know what's a really cool thing to do in that game? Because of their live weather feature that they have.
Yeah.
You can go check out those hurricanes in the
I saw
Gulf.
people doing that.
Yeah, I did that. I did that a couple of
hurricane.
weeks ago. It's really fucking cool how the weather in that game is amazing. Even you can even do the forest fires in Cali.
Wow, that's impressive.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it's absolutely fucking beautiful too. It's just, I mean, like I don't run it at high end, but sometimes when I'm in certain spots, I'll just pop the graphics up to high end, and it's just like you're looking. It's just like, holy shit! It's like you're right there in a fucking plane.
Nice.
It's really fucking cool. They did a really good job on it, so I'm really enjoying that game. Picked up Spellbreak yesterday. Played a few matches of that. Won in battle. It's a VR.
PC or Xbox?
Xbox, of course.
Okay. You need to hit me up next time you want to play because I want to play that game with you.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Is that game crossplay?
It is. It is crossplay. It's actually on Switch too.
But they've already complained. Like even within a week, there's already all the PC gamers are complaining about the aimbots and hacks and speed hacks that are going on in the game. So they've already broken the game on the PC. So if you're playing and you're playing on the Xbox, it's best not to enable the crossplay at this point. So
yeah.
Also picked up. Yeah, it's
yeah.
And picked up Tony Hawk 1 and 2. Played that. Have a lot of fun, a lot of nostalgia in that game. Love it.
That reminds me. I gotta get it.
On the
thank you.
On the xCloud, I was playing Undermine before they shut xCloud down for the revamp. Undermine is just a great game. It's a procedural based dungeon, so it's like constantly regenerating the different dungeons, stuff like that. Played a lot of Tell Me Why, first chapter. Picked up Battletoads. That's a freaking.
I like Battletoads too.
That's right up there with Cuphead, man. That's old school Cuphead. You know, very difficult.
They tied some C&D stuff to it. If you did the first act, they gave you the Battletoads ship set, full set.
Nice.
I ended up finding myself playing that like almost halfway, if not almost done. Surprisingly.
So the only other thing I've been playing on my phone is the Empires and Puzzles game. So.
Fair enough.
Other than that,
cool.
What about you, Hit? Or I'm sorry, yeah.
Actually, I've been playing a little Pokemon Go just because like I haven't been able to do much lately. But then I actually got a early access code for the pre-beta or whatever it is for Road Company. I actually am enjoying that. Derek, I know this is hard to say, but it plays like Halo. I'm not kidding you. The only thing different is you can switch shoulders when you're doing around corners, but it plays like Halo. Okay, it really does. Like the hitboxes and stuff, it really plays like objectively. It plays a little bit like a Call of Duty game too. So you might be surprised if you just test it out or play with it. But I actually like it. It's pretty fun to play. So that's about it for me. And I played a little Warzone the other night with a buddy, but I haven't played in a while. And our second game, we got to win. So I had like 10 kills. I was like, what night is this? What's going on? Like,
nice.
So, but yeah, that's about it for me. But Road Company was definitely worth. I mean, it's free. It was worth playing. And I enjoy it. So,
yeah, fair enough.
I don't think that's the type of game Derek would like. What do you think, guys?
No,
all right, third person.
I mean,
no, that's why
it's a cover shooter, right?
Shooting this off, yes, yeah. I like run and gun, balls out, dick in the wind.
That's what it is. That's what it is. It's 4v4. It's 4v4.
That part
he's already made up his mind.
Yeah. I'm well aware. I was trying it.
All right. So on the other hand, I'm finally able to fire up Flight Simulator as I am in the Windows Insider program with the Insider builds, and they completely broke the ability to play Flight Simulator on Windows without wiping your whole thing and installing vanilla Windows, which was too much of a pain in the ass for me. So I had to wait a few weeks until Flight Sim was on there. So now I got that going. I've been playing Halo Master Chief Collection weekly. That's pretty awesome. Like Selden, I also picked up Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, and it is as good as I fucking remember, but better looking. And it was just how the intro's been updated, and there's all these it's much more representative of the skate community than it was when these games came out originally, and just to see the changes they made have been great, and it's such good nostalgia. So highly recommend picking that up.
It looks great. It's not my type of game, but it does look. They look like they have definitely done a great job with the game. Like I watched Prodigy play it.
Wait, what game is this?
I loved it.
Tony Hawk Pro Skate.
Oh yeah.
I just logged so many hours in this back in the GameCube days that like it was.
It's not full price either, right? It's like under.
I don't even know. I pre-ordered this thing, and I pre-ordered like some Ultimate God edition that shits bricks and is whatever, because I just want to throw.
Did you get a skateboard with it?
I did not do that edition. No. It's been a while since I skateboarded with my old Rob Roscop Faceboard. Just saying, that was back in the 80s. So, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they did a really good job, especially with the controls. The controls are spot on. I mean, there's no question that they really mapped those out right. The soundtrack, the music was
it's
one of the
original,
biggest parts of the game. Is fucking perfect. It's still there. They might have lost one or two songs, but you don't really notice it because the rest of the soundtrack is fucking awesome. So
yeah, it's so good. I can't recommend this game enough. It's like I was like, I'll just play a little bit, and then I was like. And Tony's gonna let's do the tutorial. I was like, I'm not gonna do it. I was like, wait a second. He talks during the whole time, and we do. So I was like, I'll do the fucking tutorial. And like 2 hours later, the tutorial's done, and it was good. It was fun. It was some parts were as frustrating as I remember. A lot of it was as fun as I remember. But good times.
Yeah, it's nice to get back to that arcadey skateboard type of game that Tony Hawk has. You know, when they started, it's. You can't get off the board and run like the new skateboard games, and it doesn't have the same realistic effects of like how you can do the tricks. But it's Tony Hawk. It's the
an
Tony Hawk
arcade game. It is not a simulation game.
It's the best. It's the better side of the Tony Hawk games.
Yes.
Yeah. Like the newer ones sucked.
Yep.
I'm like three on, right? After 3.
Yeah, they started declining at 3, and then they went downhill.
The skates are the ones that took over after that, right? They became the high calorie one.
Yeah. This is the exact opposite of a skate type of game.
Yeah, there is no simulation here at all. Like you can just keep combining tricks back and forth. You're like, I'm leaning on the back of my board, I'm leaning on the front, I'm leaning on the back, I'm leaning on the front, and you can do that for 10 miles, and you just keep moving forward. It doesn't ever stop you. It's awesome. You never even have to kick. Yeah, it's pretty good. So other than that, I did a teeny bit of Pokemon Go, 1 mon a day. I did all the Wizards Unite events that have happened since then, and a little Toon Blast in my spare time. And that's.
Do you like the Mega Evolve thing?
Oh, I don't do that stuff. No, I don't leave my house. So.
You have a new legendary bird coming out. Did I hear that correctly?
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't follow that closely. No. I just know they did the Mega Evolve thing. It was kind of interesting.
Yeah, I saw the Mega stuff too, but I knew I wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, my kids heard about the Mega Evolve stuff, so they started playing again, and they got me to install it for a day, and then I deleted it again. I was like, I'm done with this game.
Nice.
Like, don't start the addiction.
Nope, break it. All right, on that, why don't we hop on over into the new releases? First new release is eFootball Pro Evolution Soccer 2021, out for the Xbox One, the PS4, and the PC. I know these are not my style of sports games. Like, I know Taxi loves soccer games, but I do not. These are not my style of games. Any of you guys play soccer games?
I've never even heard of this game till now.
This used to be 2 different names. One was Pro Evolution Soccer, and it had a different name in Japan, and when they Voltron together, this is the new weird connected
Voltron.
Yeah.
It'll get me to play, like if it's like on Game Pass or something like that, or it's free for the weekend. I'll play like 1 or 2 matches, but generally I don't go out and buy soccer games anymore at all. So it's a hard pass.
Fuck that game. All right. The other new release out this week is WWE 2K Battlegrounds, out for the Xbox One, the PS4, the Switch, and the PC. So this is not, Jan's already shaking his head, but this isn't your usual WWE game. So WWE 2K20 came out. Everybody hated it. 2K21 was supposed to come out, or 2K19. No, because they're 1 year ahead in there. So this was supposed to be the 2K21 year.
Yep.
But because of COVID, they shut down development on that. They took the old engine and they made what is essentially an arcade WWE game, not a broken simulation game. So I don't know.
I think this way they should have stayed. To be honest with you, the arcade looking portion of them, but I just don't think they're the same thing over and over again. Now they're not any different in Superstars. Like I used to be a WWE fan, and the Superstars are all lame anymore. So
they need to make a battle royale wrestling game. That's all they need to do.
It's called the Royal Rumble mode.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Where are you? I actually want to pick this up. It looks good. I like it.
It's like that arcadey style versus like the
best wrestling game of all time is No Way Out, this kind of reminds me of it. So I might give it a shot. We'll see.
Yes.
What? Wait, No Way Out. I'm trying to think.
The best wrestling game was the arcade cab back in the 80s.
No Way Out or No Mercy? No Mercy.
No Mercy. That's what it is.
Yeah, sorry, that's the one.
No Way Out's just like a Steven Seagal movie. Yeah. But yeah, No Mercy. Yes.
What about the one that was on the Nintendo originally? Is that the?
That's the one we're talking about.
That's the one you're talking about. Yeah. Then I agree. I was trying to think of. I can see the characters. Like the snake character was my favorite, but yeah.
So I think it looks fun. So it is what it is. All right, 42 minutes in. Let's roll into the news, and I'll start us off with the one that we already all know, but I had to put it in here because we haven't had a show, that the Xbox Series X is coming November 10th for $499.
Yay!
It's a fucking stunning price. And $299 for the Series S. Stunning fucking price. One of them's your 4K console. The other one's your 1440p console. This price point getting hit was so critical, and pre-orders start on the 22nd. It comes out November 10th. Like, this is win-win. I can't wait to pre-order this shit.
Did they give in?
Who?
Xbox.
For what?
On the price?
Yeah, on just releasing their info. Did they?
Oh, I think
did they blink? Is that the phrase? Did they blink?
No, I think they're kind of forced by a release that came out from some price list somewhere.
Yeah,
and I think they pushed
it leaked
information
but
up.
Phil Spencer said that they were going to release that info in the
within
week after.
A week or two. So
the week after they had a date set and everything.
Well, if they were going to start taking pre-orders on the 22nd, they had to put this information out before then. You can't.
When did it leak? It leaked like this time last week, right?
Yeah,
it was supposed to release today then.
Which would have been a week out from being able to pre-order,
right?
Which is a pretty reasonable schedule. So,
and I think Hit called it, like you said, Hit, that they would go up to like 2 weeks before the pre-orders before they released any information. So,
I mean, that's
what
Apple
said
does.
2 weeks before the release.
Yeah.
Was it?
I mean, yeah, I think it was the release.
Yeah, you were like, they'll take this thing to mid-October if they have to.
But that's what I'm asking. Like, so they blinked, right? Like they must have been nervous.
They have blinked, because if the Series V is real, then
or okay.
Yes.
Or was this the trap that we were talking about earlier? is this their move to get Sony to give away their position? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I got a question for you guys too.
Yep.
So with them already saying there's the X and there's the S, what are your opinions on both consoles? Like, tell me your opinions on what do you think about both consoles. Not about price point, the technology in them, and like how the differences between the two and how they downgraded the S to what they did. I just want to hear, because I haven't talked to you guys in a while, so just interested to see what you think.
I personally think. No, go ahead, Hit.
The only thing I don't like from the S is the 500 gigabyte. Like, that's gonna fill up like Call of Duty, Master Chief Collection.
Done.
That's it.
But it's also gonna have the slot.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but yeah, I mean.
Dude, the thing's $299.
You can say that about the Xbox right now. You put like 8 terabyte on that thing if you really, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, the base model that you buy, like, without buying anything extra. It's just 500 gigabytes. And
it's a $299 console that has the same fucking power of the other guy. Like, it's the GPU.
It's less, though.
No, it's. Some of the power is the same, some is less. The GPU only is tuned for 1440p. It's got a little less memory, but it's the same fucking architecture as the big boy. Like, that's unheard of.
Yeah. I'm just curious. I mean,
I think it's a great deal. I haven't talked to you guys in a while, so I think like $299 is a perfect sweet spot for anyone that's not doing 4K.
Well, what about the rumors that people keep talking about? Some of the developers are like, well, don't buy the S because the S is just holding back the next generation of games. Essentially what they're saying. Have you guys seen those articles and what people have been talking about that?
No, I haven't. But the one problem I find with all their devices, and I think I've said this before, there's too many options now, and they're making everything playable on all those different devices, and it just like it.
You mean like
people that have like an Xbox One X might not want to upgrade because they're not. You know what I mean?
I'm upgrading to them
because their ecosystem is so broad. Like there's a lot of people that aren't going to upgrade, or they're not going to get it for the S or the X. Maybe they'll go PC, or like there's too many options now, and I don't know. I've always been against that mindset. Like you're trying to push new hardware, but then you're also not proving to the buyer that why they should upgrade.
Yeah, but all these options. 7 years later, and it's a better. I mean, it's
like people that have an original Xbox will definitely want to upgrade more than someone that like just bought an Xbox One X like 6 months ago. You know what I mean?
I advised everyone not to buy an Xbox One X.
I know you're saying that, Derek, but there are people out there that
I did.
They can't.
And I'm still upgrading.
They've been saving money all these years, and then they finally got something, and they went with the X.
Those
you know what I mean?
People should have probably done the all access because a year ago at Christmas time they were like, "Yeah, you want an X now? Just join all access, and we'll automatically give you the next shit when it's time." Jan's looking like he has a regret.
Yeah, that plan's looking better.
I don't. I was planning on buying it anyways, Derek. Because there's no like, it doesn't matter regret or not. I'm buying them anyways.
I don't think I would rather have the options up front now rather than a year from now. All of a sudden they come out and go, "Oh, we got this version now. Oh, we got this version a year from this." I like having a lot of these options up front now so that I can make my choice now rather than buy one now and then 2 years down the road, all of a sudden, oh shit. Yep. I'm going to buy a different one. That's not to say that they're not going to give us those options down the road, but at least I have more options now to buy.
Yeah, no, that's what worked well with the 360. Remember the 360 especially if had the shit one and the real one. Like,
no, that was the opposite, Derek. There were so many different versions of the 360 that came out
at launch. I'm saying
at launch.
You had the good one and the shit one. Yeah.
It was, the green box and the white difference box. Was only a hard drive size.
Yeah,
these are launching with a lot of different.
I love people's arguments I love the people's arguments online that are like, well, what about the poor sales clerk that's got to try now to explain? I'm like, that's his fucking job. He's going to know the difference, and he's going to know how to explain it to people.
Yeah, otherwise,
like, and who the hell's going to a store right now to buy one anyways? Yeah. They're buying them
online. Yeah. No clerk has to explain anything anymore.
Nobody's doing the pre-release standing in line at GameStop or whatever your equivalent is anymore. Yeah.
Like, okay, like here's an example. Here's another example. Like maybe I'll make myself more clear as I'm not explaining myself properly. Maybe, like, let's say Timmy got an Xbox One X at Christmas, right? His parents went and spent whatever was it, $350? How much is that thing?
Less than it used to be. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever. Like they spent that money to get it, and then now the new console's out, right? Like his parents, if I were his parents, I would like do a little research and be like, "Well, this thing I just bought."
His parents are never going to understand the teraflops.
No, not the
his
teraflops.
Parents aren't going to care.
Hold on. I'm just saying, like they just spent all this money on this thing. The Xbox One X is less powerful than the S. Right, like maybe, but not that much. From what I heard, it's
actually
close,
not. That's a misnomer.
Yeah. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, S is gonna cost this much, or the X is gonna cost this much, and they might just be like, and it plays. They realize that it plays all the same games, so that in that particular aspect, the parent might be like, you know what, I just spent $300 last year. His current console can still play these games that he wants, so I'm not going to do it. Like I can see
let me handle
a scenario where that comes into play.
Let me handle this one,
especially with COVID and not having enough money.
Let me handle this one a little bit for you there. Maybe I can give you a little insight being a parent. And I mean, I'm a little different now. That's a norm because I own Xboxes and several of them and had for years. I think that parent, if they bought the X and they bought it like this last Christmas, they're definitely not going to be upgrading this Christmas unless the kid is, there's criteria for the kid that might get it this Christmas. But if they waited that long to get it in the first place, I don't, most likely that specific scenario of kid will not be getting it this Christmas. It might be next Christmas.
Right.
So
and that's
like
maybe
even in that's not really for Microsoft. They're not right now. They're not target. And Derek probably agree with me on this. Their target audience is not realistically those kids. Their target audience are people like us.
They bought the X when it came out at launch.
Yes.
Yep.
And the little bit lower ladder than that. Okay. Yep. They're the, not quite the hardcore, but kind of the, middle road people like playing games with their friends, and then the hardcore people. Those are the people they're not scoping in on the parents, because the parents that parent probably doesn't even know that there's a new Xbox. To be honest with you, unless the kid comes out at Christmas and goes, "Dad, I want this," and at that time the parents like, "I already bought your stuff. You ain't getting it." So
that's the parent that thinks they're all PlayStations. You just want the Xbox version of the PlayStation.
Yeah, they come in with the PlayStation. You mean the 3? You want a PlayStation PS3? That's that parent. So I think that I agree with you there. There is a lot of options there, but the options are for the people that are the middle of the road and the high end that want to have different options that might not have that money with COVID or whatever it's going on in life. It doesn't really matter. So I think that's why they're giving many different options for people to still upgrade and play the next generation of games and have a better console, and get closer to.
Some people don't have one, so the S is perfect.
Yeah,
the S is also perfect for the converts from the PlayStation community.
Is also good.
I mean, because the PlayStation community, somebody might be like, I'm not going to buy a whole Xbox, but if I can get an Xbox and Game Pass on $25 or it's not even $25 a month for the S, right? What's the Game Pass?
It's the S with the Game Pass is 25. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, if I can get $25 for Xbox S and Game Pass, all those free games plus that,
you actually also
that could be a
$60.
So
yeah.
You also save $60.
And
that's a hell of a deal.
And you can see where they're going.
Options are really viable.
You can see where they're going. It's definitely about they're definitely, we've said this before. Definitely Microsoft is about the services we offer. Yeah, we got these great consoles, we got these stuff, but we want to sell you the service. We care more about the service because we're going to make more money off you on the service. Who cares about the console? Yep. They're proving that to us, especially this generation. So I think that, there's those people out there that aren't going to buy the console, but I think having options makes it better for everyone, even for that Joe Smo kid that got the X. And then he's like, but my friends are getting it. Who knows? His parent might cave and get him another one. They'll just sell the other X and then get him a new, the new series. You can't get
it unless we trade it in at GameStop. Okay, then trading in. Go ahead.
Yeah.
If there's a GameSpot still around. It doesn't sound like they got a lot of time left.
No. Maybe go to Blockbuster Video. Maybe they'll take it. Oh, wait, there's none of those either.
All right, we beat this horse dead. Next story.
I'll take it. Ninja is back on Twitch with the exclusive multi-year deal. Great for him. Congratulations. The only thing I don't like about it is he's been digging on Mixer. Like him and Shroud both have been digging on Mixer. It's great that they're both back on there. It's a great platform for streamers. Not everybody agrees with what Twitch does and what they're doing, but they're doing the best. They're a big company. They've got so many people streaming and so many people watching. It's hard to keep a cap on everything, but I mean, good for him. That's great that he could, find a viable option to come back to Twitch. It's his home. He really brought that to, he brought Twitch a little bit more to the limelight, than a lot of other people. So I think it's great that he's back there, and he's a genius when it comes to business stuff, and he's got a lot of people around him that help him out with that stuff. And I think, I'm sure he's got a great deal. And at this point for him, a great deal is just, is better than icing. It's the sprinkles on top of the icing of the cake, for him. Yeah. So that's great. He's solidifying his life. It's wonderful. And then we all get to enjoy, if you watch Ninja, you get to enjoy his content. So,
Yeah, I'm happy that he was able to reach a deal with Twitch, because I was really thinking Twitch was just going to give the cold shoulder to all the guys that left them. And just sniff them. So.
That's what I thought too.
They got nothing. This is a passe industry that's going to go away in 10 years. You watch. So.
Twitch also has all that income that freed up since Doctor got banned and kicked off forever. So.
And I think they wanted to pull more viewers back too. So having Shroud come back and Ninja come back and kind of help sublet some of that, because a lot of people are going to YouTube because Ninja went over there and he streamed one day and he freaking blew up user wise, and so in Dr. Disrespect, I'm sure he probably does pretty well still.
He's doing really well on YouTube, yeah.
So they want to try to still solidify their in the portion of streaming, and they're still number one until YouTube actually fixes their algorithms and the way they do things. Like Twitch is going to stay on top. That's why Microsoft just bailed out. It's dumb they did, but they weren't doing anything to put any money into it to build it. So what can you do? But it does suck that that they were both like, yep, I'm home, and like I should have never left in the first place. But
no, they got
that's what they
deals
said
to leave, so
yep.
That is what it is.
Yep.
All right.
Next story.
Next story.
I'll take it. Microsoft is adding EA Play to Game Pass Ultimate and PC. This is possibly one of the biggest stories that came out of the last week or so.
No, it's getting added to Game Pass Ultimate and Game Pass PC.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Isn't that what Ultimate is, though?
No, Ultimate is the both. Game Pass PC used to be $5, but it's doubling in price to $10.
Like, didn't they bundle all three in together?
So they have
Game Pass Ultimate.
So they have Game Pass, they have Game Pass Ultimate, and then they have Game Pass PC. So they have all three.
Okay, I got it. Okay.
Yeah, Game Pass PC was originally so cheap because it was hard to convince PC people that they needed to buy something like Game Pass.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
they were ending that beta version of the Game Pass PC, which everybody was in for $4.99. It's going up to $9.99. But the Game Pass Ultimate's $15, and you're getting EA access here shortly. So you're going to be getting all the early release week before, whatever it is, to play all the sports games and all the EA titles that are. This is huge added benefit to Game Pass.
I paid for this every year since it was announced. Yeah.
So I mean, this is gonna draw some definitely more people, especially the video game sports enthusiasts, which none of us are. I'm like, these guys are going to be flocking to this service because if they can get what they can get, for $15 a month.
EA's got more than just those games too.
Yeah,
they got some other games that are, kind of fun to play every once in a while too. So I think it's a good value for a lot of people.
You get the game early, you get a 10-hour free trial, and if you want to buy it, you save 15% off the price. And for these guys that are going to buy all these EA Sports in the game, if they're going to buy them anyway, save the 15% for free.
And if these games come to the xCloud streaming platform with all the rest of the Game Pass games coming up, it's going to be even more huge, because now they're going to be able to play these xCloud EA titles anywhere at any
biggest,
time.
Hugest, grandest thing ever.
For Android users, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I don't know about that, but yeah. You mean that one guy that doesn't have the right phone on the show? The one that hit thousands of dollars? That guy? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Remember that hit? Yeah, remember that?
Fucking guy, man.
Fucking guy. Right? Fuck that guy.
I don't... Well, if Apple ever got their head out of their asses, maybe they'd let this go through.
Oh, well, then I'll just take the next fucking story.
Next
story! Apple changes App Store rules to allow xCloud. Microsoft calls it a bad experience. So, this is Apple testing the waters of how much they can push things. So, they
are allowing xCloud now?
Don't get too excited.
No, there's a lot of stuff involved.
So they basically said you can do it here, but each game that you want to
has to be available.
You want to allow them to stream, you have to have on the App Store individually so that they can all be rated and get star reviews and everything else. Oh, and if people buy them from they did say if they already own it, they don't have to buy it twice, but they said if they buy it from the Apple App Store, then you're going to get your 30% fee taken out of the price of the game.
What is Apple doing now?
And instead of having just one app that you could launch to do all of the xCloud stuff, like if you have 150 games, now you would have 150 new icons on your phone to start these 150 games individually.
Nope.
So it's a stopgap. Whether Microsoft makes all the changes they would need, like Microsoft would need to make considerable changes to xCloud to even have this fucking work with this sort of implementation. But
you would have to make mobile versions of all their games.
Yeah.
Like, which is sounds it's crazy.
Not mobile versions. They can just sell the Xbox game that would
the xCloud entryway app.
Yes.
They'd have to create for each
like
app.
A bookmark.
So you would basically buy the game on Xbox through the phone, and when you clicked it would be playing via Xbox.
So dumb.
It's dumb.
And you know what? It makes no sense because now you're saying that every Netflix movie, they're going to keep
Microsoft's
the same thing.
argument. Yes.
Like if every Netflix movie is going to have to be able to be downloaded from iStore.
and that was Microsoft's argument is you don't make Netflix do that. You don't make the other video services do that. So what makes this different? So
right, which is true, actually. I mean,
I think we'll see more play in this.
Do you think this has a little bit to do with what they did with Fortnite as well?
Oh yeah. This is definitely tied in. It's all about the 30% that Apple wants to charge that Google also charges.
I know you're making it seem like Google's like the good guy here. They do the same thing.
Google still charges, but they're letting the Game Pass go through. They're not charging 30%. They don't want their portion outside of what they're getting
because this is kind of a stretch when it comes to xCloud.
This sounds like a dumb idea on Apple's part.
Yep. So I think this will change, but there's some waters testing going on right now, and I don't think this will be the final outcome. So.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Who's next? Hey, you want to take one?
No, I'm good. Go ahead.
Nice.
None of them?
No, go. You're good.
No, really? Okay. Xbox Series X and S will support Dolby Vision HDR for gaming. I'm excited about this. We just bought a big, it's too big of a TV for me really doing this, but we bought a big TV downstairs at HDR, a new Samsung QLED TV. So it
supports more than just the HDR10, supports the Dolby Vision HDR.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm pretty excited. I don't know if I'll be playing on it a lot, but at least I have that option in my house, which is cool. So this is great. This is good to hear that they're really incorporating some of the stuff outside of the gaming realm into the gaming realm, in the hi-fi and the video realm. So it's great to see that they're really, really pushing the edge of some of this stuff and really bringing it into the console world. Because, I mean, ultimately, you want your you want less things, at your AV center. Am I too old school saying AV center? But anyways,
I think AV centers are gone. There's no
your rack, your rack closet, your rack in your closet. So. You don't want to have all these other things. So if you can have something that does something like this and play all your, videos and streaming services, but still offer the Dolby Vision and HDR support, that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's a smart move on their part. So that's really
I was
nice.
surprised this was also for the S, which was the bigger surprise from this. That's impressive. So,
but still no optical audio out.
There's solutions for this Selden.
That was for Hit.
Yeah. You're always taking care of Hit. Yep. All right.
That reminds me, I gotta sign up for that thing.
Me too. Yeah.
I think they're retroing all previous owners, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm down. I'll take any for free.
All right, next story.
All right, I'll take this one. Xbox X Series X and S to join Xbox All Access. Basically, we've hinted at this or talked about this throughout the show, so not going to spend a lot of time on it.
Like the fifth time we talked about it, but we never really said what it was.
Just to clear out what it is, it's basically you're going to be able to get either the Xbox Series X or the Xbox Series S plus Game Pass Ultimate, I think, or is it just the Xbox version?
Game Pass Ultimate.
Game Pass Ultimate, and you're actually going to be saving money in the long run, from what I can tell. But right now, it's the Xbox Series S is going to get about $25 a month. You'll end up paying about $600 total. Normally the console's like $299 plus the cost of a Ultimate is about $360, so you're about $60 savings.
Yeah, $60. Yeah.
Then for the Series X, you're going to be paying $35 a month over 2 years. That's about $840. The Series X is going to cost you about $499 up front if you do it that way, and if you add all the Ultimate Pass, it's going to cost you another $360 on top. So the savings is $19.
This is huge.
Don't forget 0% financing.
Yeah, especially for someone that doesn't have the money to drop right now, and you're like, well,
yeah, especially for COVID too, right?
And this is where you might get that parent to jump in on this. That parent that can't really, they'll be like, I might be able to do that. I can afford that. Kind of push. Yeah. This brings down those people in the lower realm of not on the edge of actually not getting a new console because they don't get a new console every time one comes out. So this might bring those people into that realm saying, oh, well, if that's the case and I get Xbox Ultimate as well, I play a few PC games or whatnot.
They have access to over 150 games for 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is another good move on Microsoft's part. We're selling the service. That's again, they're showing like we care about our console. It's great what we're trying to do with it, but we're trying to push you to the service, and I think they're doing a great job with that kind of portion of it. So
it is limited to certain regions and stuff like that, but most of the major regions.
So it hits out.
Yeah, I was wondering, is that available in Canada?
Yeah, Canada's in there. Australia, Denmark, Finland, France, New Zealand, Norway, Poland, South Korea, Sweden, UK, and United States. So I'm not going to sign up for this because I'm a thrifty shopper and I'll be able to find the Ultimate Pass for cheaper during sales and things like that.
Are you able to to get it if you already have a subscription?
I would assume your
that's what I was wondering.
Subscription gets tacked on the end. I know they stopped selling subscription cards for Xbox Live. Like,
right.
You can't do that anymore.
I found a whole bunch on the week I was gone at the grocery store up there. I was like, man, should I take all of these? But I didn't. Unfortunately.
No, it's definitely a great program, and I think it's a great intro to the Xbox platform if you're not used to it. And if you're a gamer that's strapped on cash due to COVID, this is a perfect opportunity to get the new fresh console and keep going. So,
and
there's no implications for paying it off sooner?
I don't know if I've seen that.
I think this deal is mainly to get you into Game Pass, right?
Yeah.
So they want you.
Well, they know you got.
They want you for the 2 years.
2 years, and then
they want you for the 2 years. Yeah.
Why would you fucking leave after you realize the value that it is? I think that's what they're selling.
I mean,
that's what usually people do when they have services. They try to sell you for the 2-year contract, so you're in for it. And then you generally at that point you forget about it after the 2 years, and then you just keep paying the bill
in for life. Yeah.
Even if you don't use the service or not, that's a lot of people just. Oh yeah, I still got that service. Oh well, whatever.
No, I still belong to 3 gyms that I don't go to. What?
Yeah.
Happens to everyone. So.
Yeah. Well, by the way, let me just reiterate. My point wasn't about like people going into the new consoles. It was more people that have the older consoles that may not want to upgrade. That's where my point was, just to reiterate.
I just can't see why at this point someone wouldn't want to upgrade. Like, we've had these things for so long. We're getting tired of them.
But that's you're speaking. Your thing is biased because you're using your own experiences.
Eric?
You were a day oneer, right? Like, there are people that don't buy consoles day one. I don't know if you know.
For everything.
I know, but so then you think that everyone's a day oneer.
Even those extra special things he buys that we're not going to talk about.
Yeah, a lot of users are ready for upgrades. Anybody that bought an Xbox One X, if they don't have a need or multiple family members playing, they may not need to upgrade. If somebody's dropping money on a 30 card, they're not going to need to upgrade if they want to play Xbox games.
Like, I remember when the Switch came out with Breath of the Wild. I know a lot of people, they were like, I'm not gonna upgrade. Like this game is playable on the Wii U, so I have a Wii U and I can save some money. So I'm not
And
gonna.
they made a big
that was
mistake.
a weird choice.
But was it even playable
Yeah,
on the?
big
I
mistake.
I didn't understand it. Like I was just like, oh, that's weird. I'm playing on the Switch.
I think
you're playing on the subway.
There's
But like
a
I know
small
people. There
percentage
are
there.
people like that, right? Like
Yeah, there
so,
is.
They're
There's
called cheapskates. Yeah.
Oh my god.
But
We're in the middle of a pandemic, Derek. Like, if any time
He
this might be a problem, is
understand
now.
in the middle of a
I
pandemic,
know,
but we're the
because he's
highest growing
biased.
industry out
So
there.
biased.
Oh,
In the middle of a pandemic, but the highest growth industry in the entertainment business out there right now. So consoles at this time are the perfect opportunity to sell.
Yeah, because you're at home and you got nothing else to do. So what are you gonna do?
I saw a story today. Fender guitars sold more guitars so far in 2020 than they've ever sold a year in their history.
Oh wow!
And it's only September, so yeah, people are doing stuff at home.
Yeah,
consoles are at home.
I mean, Disney Plus, Netflix have made more money than they ever have now too, because more people are buying those services. So, yep. So somebody. I don't want to take you to one of these last stories. I don't even care about them. So I'm out for those stories.
I'll what's the two? Well then I'll combine them both into one.
Okay.
Since I'm capable of that. As a
who cares
professional.
about The Witcher?
Assassin's Creed.
Oh my god.
Valhalla bumps up release date to match next-gen Xbox launch. They push their release up a week. And The Witcher 3's next-gen debut promises a free upgrade for current-gen owners, and they're doing all kinds of content updates to make sure that people still have a Witcher game to play, because they're still trying to get people to watch their Netflix series, and The Witcher 3 was like it had huge sales this past year after the Netflix series. So to do full 4K upgrades, take advantage of ray tracing and all this other shit on these consoles, serious move on CD Projekt Red's part, and serious move on Ubisoft's part to move it up to be a launch type. Like, it was supposed to come out a week after, but you want to get that extra sell through, make sure it comes out the same day the console does. Like, seems like a good play on their part.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Well, especially where some of these games have been charging for, or plan to charge for the next gen version. Like, there's no seamless upgrade. There's no, hey, you already bought it, you get it for free. So there's two different schools on this, and to be in the cool school, I think is a good thing. So,
what was the was it a PlayStation title that said they couldn't possibly do the upgrade to the next console for the Ultimate Pack, and then they accidentally activated it for a day, and everybody got upgraded?
Yeah.
Then they took it away and said, "No, that was a mistake. We can't do that."
Yep. Just like that time Rocket League accidentally turned on crossplay, and they're like, everyone's like, no, nobody can do it, and then it just worked, and then they had to turn it off, and lots of sometimes fuck ups bring the best things to light. So, I'm excited to see, especially knowing that CD Projekt Red has put a whole development team into redoing the engine and making sure they got all the ray tracing stuff in there and everything else. Like, it's not like, if you haven't played this game and you're all of a sudden you watch The Witcher and now you've got the Series X and you pick up The Witcher 3, like, that becomes a badass title for you on this next gen system. So
I have a question.
Yep.
It's kind of related to CD Projekt Red.
Mm-hmm.
Why are they not releasing Cyberpunk at the same time?
They're releasing it before, right?
No, they're not releasing the next gen version until like later, right?
Oh no, they're releasing the game before, but not the next gen.
They're releasing it on older gen.
Yeah. So
but isn't that not weird?
I don't think that they can get that version done in that amount of time. That's why
maybe they shouldn't be doing Witcher and shit.
The Witcher is their biggest selling title of all time.
I know, but hey, let's get this game at the same time as the new gen.
We're all jizzing our pants for Cyberpunk, but there's a whole bunch of the world. There's a reason why millions and millions of people play World of Warcraft. A lot of people are into the more fantasy shit than the more sci-fi shit. So I feel like maybe we're seeing that balance change a little bit as time's gone on, but you've got a horse can win, and then you've got a baby horse that
you're hoping we'll win.
You're hoping we'll win. Yeah. So you go with the sure thing for now, and you worry about fixing the other one after. I don't know.
Do we know like how Cyberpunk is dealing with the next gen? Like with smart delivery and all that, like
they're doing.
If you buy it for old gen, do you get it?
They were the first third-party company that said that they were also going to do that. So you buy it on whatever, you got it on the new stuff. So
interesting. I mean, they better.
Good guys, CD Projekt Red. That's what they do. Love those guys. The only guys I've ever been to at E3 where my meeting was at like 10 o'clock, show floor opens. I go in and they hand me a beer. And it was normal to them. Yeah, love those guys. So, all right. I guess that wraps up the news. So if any stories you want us to talk about next week, give us a call, 773-527-2961, or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. You can also comment on this episode's thread in the Tool to Play homepage. And sponsors, if we had them, we'd pimp them. We don't, so we won't. But if you want to sponsor us, same thing, 773-527-2961. Email us, podcast@tooltoplay.com. You tell us what you're selling, we'll tell us what you're going to pay us. We'll sell it, you pay us, boom, done. Twitter us up. You can find everything Tool to Play related at twitter.com/Tool to Play. Everything podcast related at twitter.com/still_got_game. I, king of the internet, got everything that's fucking holy at twitter.com/Derek Nolan.
I'm at twitter.com/Isaac Simon.
I'm at twitter.com/Selden007.
I'm at twitter.com/James80.
Facebook the fuck out of us. Facebook.com/Tool to Play. Facebook.com/Derek Nolan.
I'm at Facebook.com/ Oh, go ahead.
No, Twitch.tv/Isaac Sitman and YouTube.com/Isaac Sitman.
I'm at Facebook.com/Selden007.
Those are unsanctioned URLs.
And I'm lame. I don't have anything to say.
Aww.
Sorry. I don't stream anymore. Nobody likes me.
It happens. Streaming's a passe thing anyway. All right. We have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/Tool to Play. That is where we archive all of our video content. So go to youtube.com/Tool to Play, subscribe, and you'll have access to our full content library of archive content, as well as all of our new content that comes out, like new episodes of Still Got Game and anything else we decide to put up there. So youtube.com/Tool to Play and subscribe. Please rate and review us on iTunes. We need some 5-star reviews. And if you had an extra 5 seconds, write a little something nice to go along with it and be like, hey, the show's great. I love it. Best show of the week. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Just write something nice with your review. It counts more if you do the 5 stars and you write something. We have a Discord channel. That's at tooltoplay.com/SGG Discord. You can go in there all day long. Selden is literally waiting with bated breath on your comments. The rest of us kind of come and go. Hits always sets himself busy so he doesn't get notifications. But
Hit was super active this week. I don't know what you're talking about.
But eventually we're all in there talking, and but Selden he definitely will be there. But if you want to rub elbows with Fame, come on into tooltoplay.com/SGG Discord and chat with us and have a good time. And before we wrap up, I want to remind you all, you can join us each and every Monday night live, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific at facebook.com/Tool to Play. And on that, why don't we wrap this post-vacation episode up? I am Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
I am Roger Hitman Roken.
I'm Chris Selden007 Selden.
And I'm James Yondag Yont.
Woof.
Woof, woof.
Woof, woof, woof.
Bow, wow, 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 wow.